A long, long time ago, more than 4 billion years ago, Earth was very different from what we see today. The land was rocky, volcanoes were erupting, and there was no grass, trees, or animals. There wasn't even any air for people or animals to breathe. But our planet had two very important things: water and energy from the sun. Scientists believe that the first living creatures began to form from simple chemicals. These chemicals, such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, mixed together in Earth's early oceans. When the sun shined on the water or lightning struck, it provided energy for these chemicals to react and form more complex molecules, like proteins and DNA. One famous experiment, called the Miller-Urey experiment, showed that it was possible for these building blocks of life to be created in conditions similar to early Earth. After a very, very long time, maybe millions of years, some of these molecules organized themselves in a way that allowed them to grow, divide, and copy themselves. The very first living things were extremely tiny. They were smaller than you could see with your eyes and are called microorganisms. These first microorganisms could live in the water, and they were probably similar to bacteria. These creatures weren't animals or plants as we know them today. They were single-celled organisms, which means their entire body was just one tiny cell. They didn't have arms, legs, or faces, but they could use the energy from sunlight or chemicals to live and grow. As time went on, some of these single-celled organisms joined together to form multi-celled creatures. This took billions of years. Little by little, more complex life forms appeared. Some became tiny plants, others were tiny animals. After even more millions of years, life began to move from the water to land, and some creatures learned to breathe air. That's how all living things, plants, animals, and even people, are related. Everything started with very simple life in the oceans. Over a long time, these simple creatures changed and developed into all the wonderful living things around us today. Scientists are still searching for more clues about how life began on Earth, but this is how most people think it happened.